Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a Thunderhammer Bulwark build for patch 10.2 of Space Marine 2. Now in patch 10.0, they did buff up the Thunderhammer to have an increased AoE radius on its Aftershock. It feels a lot stronger now, not like top tier, but still very good, and the version I'm using today is the Block Thunderhammer for even more damage. Now for the perk tree here, I did pick up Perpetual Strength first, moving here into the perk Fast Preparation. Aftershock preparation times reduced by 30%. Without this perk, your Aftershock takes forever to get out, and to be honest, it actually takes forever to get out even with this perk, so taking this is pretty much mandatory in my opinion if you want to use Aftershock at all, so I pretty much always pick it up. And the next two perks I grab here are Perpetual Strength and Perpetual Strength for a 10% melee damage increase, and the next perk is Shattering Impact. Ground Slam area effect radius increases by 50%. This perk pairs very well with the next perk, Seismic Chain. After performing a ground slam, hold the attack button to perform an additional ground slam. These two really help you catch out Majoras you would otherwise be unable to and get that execute. Very useful. I think it is far better than things like Extremble Slayer up here, especially on the Bulwark class. And the next perk is Perpetual Strength for a melee damage increase of 5%. And then we have to pick up the perk Kill Streak. After killing 7 enemies in rapid succession with a light combo, you do not lose control upon taking hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 5 seconds. Cooldown is 10 seconds. This perk sucks ass. There is pretty much no reason to take this outside the fact that we have to pick it up to move into the perk Aftershock Improved. Aftershock gains an additional smash. Without this perk, your Aftershock does significantly less damage, and the extra AoE radius increase on the Aftershock in patch 10.0 really benefits the Aftershock Improved perk as well, so super strong combo here right now. I pretty much always grab this, even over perks like Patience Rewarded, and the final 3 perks I grab are Minora Slayer, Majora Slayer, and the perk Dead End for a 50% increased damage on our Pommel Smash. This perk is pretty good. It is not like the most powerful perk ever, but occasionally you will hit like a breakpoint you need to one-shot a guy or get an execute, so it does help with that. But I will say if you want to skip this perk and take the perk over here instead, Offense Initiated, you can definitely do that instead. That's up to you. And for the secondary slot here, I do take the new Honorific Relic Tier Bolt Pistol. This is the new Heroic Tier variant of the standard Bolt Pistol. It has great CHP recovery, great headshot damage, and pretty decent ammo economy. I actually like this secondary weapon a ton. It's probably my favorite in the game currently. And for the perk tree, I just build down the top row for the headshot perks like Headhunter and the extra ammo from increased capacity. Then I build into the most important perk here, Elite Hunter. After killing a Majora's level or higher enemy with a melee weapon, headshots will deal 50% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, to trigger this perk, all you have to do is execute or melee an enemy, and to actually get the effect on your secondary here, you do have to have your secondary weapon equipped or you will not get the effect. But on the Bulwark, it doesn't really matter at all because we don't have a primary, so we pretty much always get this trigger. But on other classes, you should keep that in mind. And also, if you swap off of your secondary while this is active, you'll lose the effect. So it does kind of suck for that, but you know, it's just something you keep note of. Next perk here is Headhunter. Headshots deal 10% more damage. Moving down to the perk Extended Magazine, and the final perk here, Divine Might, for a 10% damage increase. Now, if you don't want to take the Heroic Bolt Pistol here, you could take the Rate of Fire Plasma Pistol. This is the best pistol in the entire game currently. The CHP recovery, stagger, and damage are all top tier. The only thing that kind of sucks about this is the ammo economy, which is why you build all the way down for ammunition perks and grab things like Divine Might for extra damage. But it's still a top tier option. The CHP recovery alone will make it worth using, but having stagger and damage on top of that is just kind of OP, to be honest. Now for the perk tree here, I do take Intimidating Aura first. A perfectly timed parry deals area effect damage in a 5-meter radius. Cooldown is 5 seconds. Now as of patch 8.0, this also functions on a perfect block, and this really brings the Thunderhammer together in my opinion. Without this perk, it feels significantly worse. It really helps you pick up executes you would otherwise be unable to, and just deal damage to more mobile enemies. And honestly, Intimidating Aura is just a top tier perk in this row by far, so you pretty much always grab this anyways on any block build. Next perk here is Scramble Targeting. If you're surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you take 25% less damage from range attacks. This is one of the best perks this entire row as well. 25% less damage from range attacks is super beneficial, and being surrounded by 5 or more enemies in Space Marine 2 happens all the time, and unfortunately, Shock and Daw doesn't do a ton for us, and Armor of Contempt needs a damage buff. Next perk here is Steel Within. When your health is less than 50%, you take 30% less health damage. Having at least this perk or Conviction helps a ton on the Bulwark class because you are kind of squishy without these perks here. Damage reduction goes a long way on the Bulwark, especially because you have a 30% starting HP increase. This does make you pretty tanky, but without like the Conviction perk or Steel Within, you can still get damage nuked. This actually like pretty much enables you to survive some pretty big nonsense, to be honest. And down here, Armor Reinforcement is also a great option, but since we're taking a block weapon, I probably just prefer this one. Next perk here is Focused Restoration. Every 30 seconds, all of your squad members automatically restore 1 armor segment. This perk really fills in the armor gap on this build since we're not taking armor reinforcement, and having any type of armor restore on Space Marine 2 that is drip fed to you is super beneficial because armor will reduce all incoming melee damage to 0 regardless of how much is remaining from any source. This includes bosses, so really strong option for your entire team. Now, if you want to skip over this and take the perk Advanced Conditioning instead for a slower CHP fade, that is also a great option, and even Effective Formation could be pretty good. The Bulwark has pretty strong team perks all around. Next perk here is Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies within its area of effect. This perk basically turns your banner into an AoE shock grenade. Super powerful versus Minoris that will completely wipe them out. It deals tremendous damage to Extremis, Majoris, and even Terminus at times. Really strong option, far better than the perks here like Rapid Regeneration and the perk over here, Focus Strength, and I pretty much always grab this one to give our banner more benefit. Next perk here is Glory Shield. All of your squad members in the banner's area of effect take 20% less damage, and the banner lasts 20% longer. This just makes your banner more valuable. I actually prefer playing with this one over things like Concussive Force and Invigorating Icon. Invigorating Icon is obviously the best in this row because it's kind of OP. Anything that's going to give you healing in this game is going to break the pickup economy of the game, so it's obviously a top tier perk, but I just find this perk is more fun to play around with. And Concussive Force does give us an AoE on our Thunderhammer Pommel Smash, but to be honest, I don't think this perk is very strong on the Thunderhammer. I just prefer this one. Next perk here is Merciless Resolve. After a Shield Bash, Shield Rush, or Thunderhammer Pommel Smash, melee damage increases by 15%. You do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This perk is amazing. It's even better on the shield builds now because of Shield Rush, but having a 15% damage increase for just doing something you do pretty regularly, on top of the fact you get no knockback, is a pretty good bit of redundancy here on top of our signature perk in the final row, Armored Advance. If you have armor remaining, you do not lose control from heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back. Having 2 no knockback effects on this build, I kind of prefer because triggering this perk doesn't happen all the time, but if you don't have one of these up, you can get slapped around by lictors, so I do like to have that little bit of redundancy. That's kind of why I take this instead of Defensive Mastery or Emergency Countermeasure. If you want to take one of these 2 and you think this perk is enough for your no knockback, you can definitely do that. Now for the Prestige perk tree, I do pick up Auxiliary Reload first. Melee kills of Extremis level or higher enemies restore your secondary weapons ammo by 1 magazine. This helps your ammo economy a ton, though I will say if you're playing with teammates, you really don't need this that much, at least outside of Siege mode, because you're playing operations, ammo is pretty plentiful, and you're not spending as much because your teammates should be helping you kill everything. Next perk here is Resilience. Medicae Sims restore 40% more health. This perk helps a ton, it makes your Sims more valuable, and honestly I just prefer this perk overall. It's pretty damn strong, underrated, and I just find it good on both Tactical and Bulwark. Next perk here is Overcharge. Charge attack damage increases by 20%. This perk is better on Bulwark than it is Assault because Assault is currently bugged to not work with things like the Power Fist Overcharge and stuff like that, which does kind of suck, but on the Bulwark, he can't stop winning, so it works just fine for him. Next perk here is Powerful Shot. Range damage increases by 20%. Pretty boring perk effect, but pretty much a no-brainer because 20% increased range damage is quite strong. And the final perk I would usually take would be Masterful Defense instead of Auxiliary Reload here, but since we don't have a shield, it does genuinely nothing for us, so we pretty much just take these 4, and perks like Standard Bearer and Emboldened Stand are not very good to begin with. That's pretty much all there is for the Thunderhammer Bulwark build here. Now, Thunderhammer Bulwark is quite fun, it is decently strong, definitely viable, though obviously the shield is a better ability overall. Our Thunderhammer is still pretty damn good. Hopefully this build guide helped you guys. If you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, take it easy. And if you're also wondering which chapter I am playing right now, this is an Angels in Carmine. They are a Blood Angel successor chapter, and they are well known for wearing white armor even for their death company, so that explains the white look here. Anyways guys, that's all for this one. Bye. Works for us. Alright, that'll clear out them. I should have put it over here though, because like holy shit.
We crush the ravenous brood.
I remember I'm a death company. Gotta fight with that rage, right?
Grab him. This might be a little rough.
Launching frag grenade. Fresh cartridge. You failed that oath. Our banner awaits unfurled.
Oh, my sweet loot. Oh, alright, see? Calculated, all perfect calculated. We missed the dodge. Oh, that was toxic.
Fresh magazine.
Need ammo badly. Alright, let's grab this. This should be ammo or like an armor boost or something. That works.
Inserting rounds.
Right, there's no ammunition there. That shouldn't get me. Okay. I just gotta wait for him to land. Kind of lame. Gotta use that rage Corn was thirsting after during the heresy. Pretty much. Corn did want Sanguinius pretty badly. But he got Angron. What a bum.
Skittered to the grave. Bask in the Emperor's glory. Ammunition expended. You failed at Ultra. Fate.
God. I gotta move out of the way of that for now.
Deploying fragmentation grenade. Ammunition here. Fresh magazine. We crushed the ravenous brood.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I can read in a second. If that killed this dude. Alright. Then a Rage Devourer. It's actually scarier than the boss here.
This galaxy is the door. Ready to deploy. For the Imperium of Man. This ravenous brood. Fresh magazine.
Furry doesn't being a demon doesn't add up. I think that's what he's supposed to be going after right now, or he already is. If I remember correctly. They just have a model for him yet.
Load up. Fresh cartridge.
Let's see what we got.
Our banner with something.
Oh yeah, this is really annoying.
You failed at all.
I'm actually offended.
Fresh magazine.
The Anchorite is the Dreadnought for the Word Bearers. I'll take a look at that, because I know the Hell Roots are not exactly having a good time in the Thousand Suns Legion. Any true solo campaign? No, I think it forces you to have bots, but campaign's easier than the operations at this point anyways. Angel of Death is far easier than the HP values in this. Even though you know perks. Kinda suck. Oops, all neuro throws, pretty much. This is a much better spot to fight it than the other one. I actually rather fight a Hellbrute, because I'm better at that, this build. Not Hellbrute, Carnifex, I mean Aurora kind of mops them. Erebus is the best character of all the Heresy. Alright, you chill out. Depends if by best you mean he made horrible things happen so the story can move forward. I guess that is one way to look at it. Could turn into a whole campaign stream. I could, but who gives a shit about a campaign at this point in this game? Let's be real. Final phase of Space Marine 2 content. Become a campaign speedrunner. Pretty much. That's supposed to be happening the final weeks for Space Marine 3.
Fresh cartridge.
Second tour guardsman vote for Erebus. Yeah, we don't like that guy here. That second tour guardsman guy couldn't be me.
Tyrannic gunman destroyed. Gun ready to deploy. Fresh magazine. Honor our champion color. No foe behind.
Technically, the second tour guardsman is saltier than he's on the second tour duty. He's your senior, that's true. That's why third tour guardsman's got to be the rebrand of the other channel. The one from 2 years ago.
Fresh magazine. Incoming spore mine.
You can actually prefer dodge that, but what a convenient way to get rid of all these spores.
Another Xenos atrocity. You failed that oath.
Let's Alright, this is actually meant to be. That is what the aftershock is all about. That radius buff goes pretty crazy with the double block.
We have trampled a chittering parasite. Tyranids dispatched. And dismantled. Not silence the tyranny.
Moonwalk hammer slam. You know it. Ah, the good old days. What do you think about the prestige? You want to see more prestige levels, like going to prestige 10? I wouldn't mind a true level, but like as far as new perks go, I doubt they'll ever do that. True level would be a better system, I feel. Girls are accurate at surviving on corpse starch. That's what I'm saying. Dude, I mean, like, I'll eat anything. I don't really care. I mean, I won't eat anything. I'm actually quite selective, but like, I'll eat anything just for like a purpose. I don't mind. Like, if you told me like, Dom, you have to like eat out of an egg white carton for the rest of this month, I'd be like, okay, it will be done. Gotta drink these liquid egg whites. You got it. I used to do that. Too lazy to ever cook anything. I used to just go to Costco and buy egg white cartons and just like chug that shit.
They fill them with energy from the generators.
That's not weird, right? That's normal. Pretty cheap too. Pasteurized, of course, not like, you know, not a monster. You ever at the 1,000 pound club? Oh, I don't think so. No. The most I ever. Hold on. My bench was always awful. I peaked out like 190, 180. And then for squat, it was probably like 285 or something. And then for deadlift, it was like 390. No, he's not. I was also like 20 pounds heavier back then. Drinking egg white drink sounds absolutely vile. Yeah, just plug your nose and you just go heads up. This is what we're doing now. You gotta train your mind. It's all about the mindset, in the words of Eric Bugenhagen. Renowned WWE player. Absolute monstrosity of a man. Not because he's a bad guy, he's actually a really good guy, but because he's a freak of nature. based egg white max, sure. The weird looking milk you're drinking. Is what space. That's that's I don't know what the fuck is space. Oh god. What does space marines drink? Eat. I mean, we know what space wolves eat. It's fucking everything.
Fresh magazine.
Rice is better for bulking. I mean, rice is good. I don't know.
That silenced the tyranny of fire.
The name of the Emperor we lift.
Engage the auxiliary generators. Reawaken
It's impossible to play any kind of 40k property and not have at least like 4 or 5 behemoths in your chat. They're just like, yes, I am also a space marine in real life, brother. Are you not?
fire the cannon.
Do you not also lift over 1,200 pounds in total? Brother, where are your gains, brother? Don't overdo it with egg shots on those chicken nowadays. Take vaccines. That attenuate the salmonella risk. I mean, I just take pasteurized ones. I don't really care. Also, I don't give a fuck, to be honest. Anyways, behind the grind set. Rice and grilled chicken breast. That's a classic, right? It's a Hollywood combo: chicken broccoli and rice. You even purge, brother.
Let us make sure.
That was pretty fun. That was a fun one. It was a fun chat, a fun game. A good old hammer time. I wish we got like a Karn effects fight in that instead of double neuro throw, but what are you gonna do? That's just how it be sometimes. It'd be awesome to go level 100 max to see how motivated your battle brothers are. I agree. Pretty good. 46,000 melee damage. That's what we live for on the block hammer.